Welcome to Up to No Good. If you found yourself wondering why you feel burnt out, why the memes aren't making you laugh anymore, or why, despite trying to help everyone, you feel completely drained, then it might be time for some emotional discernment. And lucky for you, that's what this video is about. Here's some simple things you can do to kind of take a step back and recharge and reframe the way you engage with things. 1. Know your limits. For most of human history, our ability to interact with people was limited to a small group. Our friends, our family, our small communities, and at max, our national level. Today, our awareness is global at any given moment, and our emotional battery hasn't scaled to that level of awareness. So there's still a limited number of things we can genuinely care about, even within a small community, let alone the entire world. Having empathy for something requires a boundary around it. Caring with boundaries preserves the care we can give to it. Without them, what starts as compassion can quickly turn into burnout, bitterness, guilt, or resentment. Knowing your limits isn't about becoming cold to the world. It's about preserving the conditions that allow you to continue to care about the things that you actually care about. 2. Awareness doesn't mean responsibility. Knowing about a problem doesn't automatically make it your responsibility to come up with the solution. This applies to everything: your family, your friends, social issues, and the world at large. I'm not going to be the person that tells you not to try to change hearts and minds, not to try to win people over, and not to do good. What I am going to tell you is that it's best to prioritize yourself and not overextend when you feel that burnout coming on. If you feel like you're constantly fighting a battle to impact meaningful change, it might be time for you to stop and reassess and look and see if you actually need care more than the situation you're trying to fix. We get trapped in cycles where we see a problem, we want change, we don't see change, so we try to become the change. And then while we're trying to become the change, we don't see change, so we double down, dig in deeper, and then we end up at burnout and wonder why. What's happening is we carry this moral weight that wants us to bring about change. But in the process of trying to bring about that change, we end up producing the exact thing that we set out to solve, which is problems. And we create problems for ourselves where we don't necessarily need to. 3. Compassion is meant to move us out of suffering. When we feel deeply for something, it's easy for those emotions to sweep us away with them. It's easy to drown in the empathy. But compassion is meant to move us out of suffering, not drown us in it. For ourselves, this is why knowing our limits is so important. And for things outside of us that we can't control, we have to be willing to at some point let go of control of the situation. It doesn't mean that we stop feeling about the situation. It means that we feel without being swept away by the emotions. Because there's a big difference between helping someone out of a situation that's causing them pain and staying in it with them. Empathy given without limitation and direction turns into enabling. And then we end up right back in the same cycle of producing the suffering that we're trying to bring an end to. Feeling deeply and helping effectively is not the same thing. And in order to help effectively, your emotions have to stay tempered, and your ability to think about the situation clearly has to stay sharp. And this can only happen when emotions are kept to a minimum so that your thoughts can be kept at a maximum. 4. You can't help everyone, and that is okay. You're not going to be able to help everyone. And that's not a problem. We're not designed to be able to help every single person. Some people, even the ones we care about, don't want to be helped, or they're not willing to make the change necessary to help themselves. We can't impose change on people and expect it to be meaningful. Meaningful change only comes through someone electing to change, through the act of engaging with free will. Know that compassion allows you to feel other people's pain, but discernment allows you to recognize that their pain is not your responsibility to carry, and your pain is not their responsibility to carry. Putting distance between yourself and whatever's causing you this kind of struggle can give you perspective, even temporarily. Don't be afraid to step away from self-destructive or emotionally taxing people, vexing online discourse, or situations that demand more from you than you are capable of giving to them. Have a clear line and understanding between things that you're obligated to and things you elect to do. And understand that at any given moment, it is okay to step away from the things you elect to do. 5. Discernment is what makes empathy sustainable. When it comes to our feelings and not being overcome by them, there's a simple solution. Awareness plus clearly defined limitations. And this creates a gate, the gate of discernment. When you do this, you're forced to ask yourself questions that put clear limitations on the situation. Things like, is this problem even mine to take on? If I do take this on, how will I know this problem has been resolved? What can I do to take on this problem without taking on the emotional weight of it as well? Discernment puts things into perspective. It shows us what we're obligated to and what we're free to choose. You're always first obligated to yourself and your own well-being. Beyond that, if you have children, they didn't ask to exist, so you're obligated to them. Beyond that, we choose our partners, our friends, and our commitments. Our families we don't necessarily choose, but all of these things still require boundaries to remain intact and healthy. We're allowed to be different and still love one another, even when those differences feel like they're in conflict with one another. Discernment is what allows us to do this. It separates emotions from thought so that we can preserve what matters without being torn apart by it. Until next time, always stay up to no good.